Narcissist, Ensnared, Episode 29. Ashleigh reclined on the huge bed. It was 9 p.m, and they had returned from an excellent meal in the restaurant in the main part of the High Castle development. It was an old country house, and a beautiful one at that. They had arrived during mid-afternoon, and immediately Ashleigh cracked open the wine that they had brought and took Wynne to bed. Her period had begun, but she said she still needed to have him, as she spread several towels across the bed to avoid marking it. They had spent the afternoon in the massive room making love and drinking, before Ashleigh took a long bath in the equally large bathroom. It was a sumptuous room, and they filled it with their passionate love-making. They had later attended the champagne bar, where Ashleigh had called Amelia to check on her. Wynne sat nursing a bourbon as he listened to Ashleigh speaking. Peter's father and stepmother were there, and Amelia reported they had been there all day. This caused Ashleigh to comment that Peter would not look after them on his own. He would always have someone there to help him. After champagne, they headed to the dining room. It was quiet. Only 3 other couples were in at the same time. Ashleigh had irritated Wynne by repeatedly messing around with her phone, texting people. Rather than lose his temper, he had gone to the toilet and waited there for 15 minutes before returning. When he did, he found that Ashleigh was still tinkering with her phone. They returned to the room, where Wynne produced some cocaine, much to Ashleigh's delight, and they made love again, rolling about the extensive bed. Ashleigh took pictures of Wynne on her phone, and he did the same of her. They were having a marvellous time together. "This is a super reward after such a long week. My God, it felt so long without being with you." "Well, we did see one another," said Wynne. "In fact, every day except yesterday." "I know, but it still feels like a long time. I think the strain has shown at work." "Why is that?" asked Wynne. "They said I looked like I needed a break already. I told them that I was about to have a break by coming here." "Oh, yes. Did you say who with?" "Oh, I just told the team I was having a weekend away with the girls," she admitted. "Why? Why not say you were seeing me? Am I some kind of dirty little secret or something?" asked Wynne, annoyed by her seeming denial of his existence. "Oh, no, not at all. But you know." "No, I don't," said Wynne. "Don't fret about it. It's nothing. I just can't be doing with all the questions from people. It's you and I that matters, Ian, not what everyone else thinks." "Well, it just feels like I'm invisible at times." "No, you're not. Mind you, it felt a bit like that this week. We didn't spend an evening or night together, not like we usually would. I missed sitting and watching DVDs with you and kissing." "Well, we are together now, although I haven't brought any DVDs," admitted Wynne. "I have brought her some entertainment, though," said Ashleigh. "What's that?" "I had a call from my brother. It was quite a long call, typical of him, really." "You never said," commented Wynne. "Oh, I didn't want to trouble you. Anyway, I recorded the conversation on my iPhone. Do you want to hear?" asked Ashleigh. "Sure, put it on, use the speaker," said Wynne, as he indicated a docking station that the hotel had supplied. Wynne found the call, and Ashleigh set the iPhone up, as Wynne refilled the glasses with Chablis. "This is Robert calling me the other evening," explained Ashleigh. "I missed off the beginning. Nothing much was really said then. I started recording when it got interesting." "Okay," said Wynne. The recording began playing. "How are you being supportive?" asked Ashleigh in the call. "Well, because I'm calling you up, and I'm being objective," came a second voice. It was quite well spoken. "That's Robert," explained Ashleigh unnecessarily. "I am trying to talk to you as an equal, as a family member equal. You know I care about you," he continued. "Right, so ringing me up and having a go at me?" "I'm not having a go at you." "What are you doing then?" I'm talking to you as an equal, like a brother would to his sister, saying, what is going on? Talk me through it. But I've talked you through it. Okay, but you have been very cold and distant with me, the same with Mum and Dad. Whenever something happens, and it always does with you, Ashley, we've seen it in the past, when we try and get to the heart of it, you shut yourself off from us and become distant. I'm saying to you that if you are going to be cold and distant, then, you know, what do you want from me? Look, that's what I want to know, he asked. I don't want anything from anybody. I only want people around me who are going to support me. So you don't want me to call you up? Well, if you're not going to support me, I don't. So you don't want me to ring you up and be supportive? Yes, well, if you're going to be supportive, of course, yes. I'm only going to be supportive if you do the right thing, said Robert. But I'm not doing the wrong thing, said Ashley. But I'm not going to be supportive with someone who is standoffish, and is very cold, and is very distant, and says if you don't do this, then I'm not speaking to you. Why would I? Look, okay, but, you know, we have to get back to that whole rape allegation thing and stuff like that, continued her brother. Why? Well, you've said several things which concern me as your brother. Well, of what concern are they of yours? She asked. Well, my sister has been raped by someone, interjected Robert. That's pretty concerning, I would say, to a brother. Well, you seem to the one who... Listen, I've killed people in times of war, but outside of that, I haven't. But if someone rapes my sister, then I'm going to be pretty close to doing that. You know, I've only killed 7 or 8 people. That's war. That's different. So what you have said happened, well, of course it's going to concern me. Christ, why wouldn't it? But I've moved on from that, and I'm just getting on with things. Well, I've not moved on from that. I don't even know what actually happened. You have never explained. Well, clearly, said Ashley, a note of irritation in her voice, you are the one who keeps bringing it up. Yes, but you keep skirting around the issue. We are not skirting around the issue. I've told you, I'm not. I haven't reported it. I haven't made an allegation against him, and I don't intend to, because that's the way I am handling this entire situation. I'm keeping quiet for the sake of my children. But that's not the right thing to do, said Robert. I have to agree with that, interjected Wynne. Hush, said Ashley, and raised her finger to her lips. The recording continued. I am afraid I think it is the right thing to do, and I'm doing what I think is the right thing, said Ashley. Well, I disagree with you. Well, I don't care. Yes, you are entitled to disagree with me, but, you see, whenever I press you on things, you just discount me and hang up on me. We can disagree on things and still have a relationship. But, Robert, it's finished. It's a closed issue as far as I'm concerned. I'm trying to get on with my life. So why do you keep bringing it back up? Well, because you said he raped you, and then you told everyone that it didn't really happen. No, I didn't. If I choose to pursue it, then I choose to pursue it. If I don't, then that's the end of it. Well, but you confirmed it, not just to me and to Mum and Dad, but you did to that woman that you don't really know. What's she called? I can't remember. Julie. No, I didn't. I didn't, actually. Yes, you did, because you said she told the police about it. She surmised. She surmised from what I described to her of what had happened. I didn't actually say that he raped me. Yes, you did. I spoke to this Julie. She was very rude to me, actually. She said that she had told the police about it. I don't think she did, countered Ashley. Well, that's what she told me, and she was pretty rotten to me on the phone. I've got to be honest. She was pretty nasty to me on the phone. Why would she be nasty to me on the phone? I really couldn't tell you, you know. I'm not in control of other people, unfortunately. But you don't know her that well, do you? And you told her, someone you don't really know, that you had been raped. Why say that to someone you barely know if it's not true? Pressed Robert. I know her fairly well. OK, well, you went to her house and didn't tell anyone where you were going. Mum said they didn't know. I did tell Mum, but that's my word against hers. Well, that Julie woman was going on saying how devious Peter was. She said that he must have hacked an email system to get the home telephone number. I've seen the email that the number came from. It was sent to a general email address that you and Peter share, so that was a load of bollocks. Well, no, it was sent to my email address, which Peter shouldn't have been reading. It was ashley.hovenia@TalkTalk, actually. He only got that information because Mum had asked him to, in order to find out where you were. Yes, well, we didn't know at that time. No, okay, fair enough. There was a bit of a communication breakdown. But there we go. The other thing I have a problem with, Ashley, is why are you trying to fleece Peter? You know, you said to me it will be amicable, break up, move on. Ian might be there, whatever, and then suddenly you said to me the other day you are going to take him for every penny you can. Well, Peter, began Ashley, I find that really difficult to support. I don't care if you find that difficult to support, said Ashley. Peter is the one who is denying me, and well, I would like to think that you would care about my opinion for a start. I care about yours. Well, clearly you don't. Look, I'm tired of this, and I don't have to justify myself to you. Look, do you want a relationship with me or not? Asked Robert. Not if you're going to behave with me the way that you are at the moment. I'm behaving with you the way a normal bloody person would. You just cannot see it. You never can, Ashley. That's what I cannot understand about you, Ashley. You're an intelligent woman. Surely you must see the way you're acting is not right. This has happened so many times before. There was a pause before Ashley continued to speak. Do you know what I would like people to phone me up and say? Ashley, how are you doing? How are you feeling? Is there anything? My wife had cancer and nearly died, but I didn't get any support from you, Robert interrupted her again. I know it must be a hard time for you, said Ashley, but Claudia's cancer has nothing to do with this. Is this what this is all about? Are you trying to make me pay for not ringing you and asking how Claudia was? I'm not trying to make you pay. I'm trying to say I am here for you. I'm calling you up to see how you are, and I am telling you that I am finding it difficult to understand why you are going down a route where you are making it inherently more difficult for you and for him. What are you going to get out of it? I am not going down a route which is making it more inherently difficult. Peter is the one who is trying to deny proper financial support to me and the children. You had the affair. So? Well, then you forego all that. Ashley laughed. I don't think so. Is that right? Well, if you cheat on someone, come on, Ashley, if someone cheated on me, if someone cheated on you, would you be happy about having to pay? Don't you think you might want to ask why I did it? Said Ashley. It doesn't matter why. You can't just cheat on somebody. You need to address the problem before that happens. You must be able to see what I am saying. You're an intelligent woman. You can see this surely without getting all emotional about it. There was a reason I did as I did. Yes, but take away the reason. Take away the emotion. Take your situation for a moment. If you cheat on somebody, you can't then say, I have gone off with some other bloke and I want you to furnish me with everything. Can you not see that that isn't morally correct? No, what's not morally correct is depriving me of money to run this house and to look after my children. He's paying the school fees, yet you want full custody. We discussed this at New Year. He is not paying the school fees, protested Ashley. He told me he was. No, he's not paying the school fees. He's paying them direct to the school. What? He's what? Well, nobody told me that. Okay, well, if he pays half the school fees to the school, are you happy with that? Yes, said Ashley, but the point here is that he earns more than I do. Therefore he has more cash. Look, you created a child together. Look, what are you trying to achieve by talking to me like this? Asked Ashley. Her tone was growing exasperated. I'm trying to get through to you that trying to take someone for every penny is not the approach to take. I'm trying to take what is owed to me, what I'm entitled to. I've seen the list of your demands. And? Well, you say you need a gardener and expensive haircuts and things like that. That's not acceptable. Right, okay. Do you think it is? Asked Robert. I filled in a table given to me by my solicitor. Honestly, come on. You've got moral values. I know you have. I know you. I have to run this house, and I can't afford to do that on the money that I earn. You are separating. You are going off with someone else. You've got a salary you can support yourself. He's got a salary, he can support himself. It's really about the children, isn't it? I think there is a misunderstanding, said Ashleigh. This is only about until when the house is sold. I don't know why everyone is getting so het up. Well, this is why I'm calling you, so you understand why everyone is saying what they are saying. You had an affair, yeah? You're still living in the house. There are bills to pay. He's now renting a place and has his bills to pay. We discussed this at New Year, and you said you saw where I was coming from. Now you're changing your mind. You agreed with me. You have 2 households to pay for. You pay for yours and he pays for his. The reason you have 2 households is because you have split up. The reason you are divorcing, and this is cited in the divorce papers, is because you had an affair. Well, that's the reason we are divorcing on the face of it, yes. He said he will pay half the fees and that he will give you a couple of grand on top each month to help you. No, he hasn't. That's the point. He hasn't done that. He said he will pay half the school fees and that's it. How am I supposed to run this house? I'm entitled to live here, but I can't because he won't provide proper financial support. Yes, but if, say, he came back and said he would pay half of your bills, then would that be acceptable to you? Asked Robert. He has to pay. He is paying rent because he had to move out, because of the affair. If he came back and said he would pay half the mortgage, would that be good? Yes, but the point is he's not offering that, said Ashleigh. OK, but if I went back to him and suggested he did, I only have so much money a month. He has said that all he will pay is half the mortgage and half the school fees. Isn't that enough, then? No, it's not, said Ashleigh, her voice rising. I can't afford to eat. You get paid? I have Sarah to pay, all the bills for the house to pay. I have to pay diesel for the car. The car's gone anyway, so I'm running an economical diesel at the moment by way of a hire car. I need him to pay the bills. Yes, but he has his own bills to pay at his house as a result of the divorce. So what? This is why I need to speak to you to get you to understand. You know what? There are 2 people responsible here, not just me. Yes, but the divorce has cited you as the problem, hasn't it? No, sorry, there are 2 people responsible. No, you had the affair which caused the divorce. Yes, because I couldn't bear living with him any more. OK, fair enough, but legally you are cited in the divorce as having the affair. Yes, but legally I am entitled to maintenance. Legally I am entitled to maintenance because the law does not acknowledge who is at fault. Well, OK, morally then, replied Robert. Well, if you want to be moral about it, he caused this divorce as much as I did. Well, no, you went off behind his back and shagged someone else. I mean, come on. Right, but you're forgetting the treatment I have put up with for the last 10 years, protested Ashleigh. I have no idea about that, because you've never said anything and never told me about that. No, and I never will, answered Ashleigh. Why not? If it's as bad as you have said, you should tell me. I'm trying to protect my children and my future here. I understand that, but you can still talk to me, surely. I'm trying to get on with my life. All I am trying to do is, in the interim... Ashleigh, if you will not share information with the people close to you, how can you expect them to support you? You haven't told anybody about how he has treated you. Why not? If you don't say anything, how can we help? They should support me anyway. I don't want their support if they're not prepared to back me. Well, that's very, very selfish. No, it's not. Yes, it is, replied Robert. It is selfish of them not to support me. Yes, but you are saying this has happened for 10 years, but you've not told anybody about it. You need to be more open with your family. That's if you rate your family. Maybe that's something for you to decide at the minute. I don't see that you rate family because you hardly ever get in touch with me over the years. You have not. I would like you to call me more. I call you. You very rarely call me. We used to speak years ago. And your point is what? Sighed Ashleigh. You don't speak to me. I haven't recently because I've been trying to keep my life together. You haven't for the last 6 or 7 years. Well, that might be so. It might not be so. I don't think that is necessarily true, but I'm not arguing about it. We both know it is the case, said Robert. This is about whether you want to involve me as your brother. That's what matters. You need to decide. Actually, I'm not overly bothered what you decide at this juncture, because for the last 7 years I've not had a sister. I still care about you, and I still love you. This is my last shot at trying to establish our relationship again. Then it really is your call." "Are you finished?" asked Ashleigh. "Yes." "Right. I've heard all you've said, and I appreciate you saying those things, and I'm delighted to hear that you want to support me, and that is fantastic so far as I'm concerned. Then if that is the position you are taking, then that is what I want. You have to be honest. You have to have integrity. You need to have moral values. You need to stop the lies. You need to be open to criticism, because I am. At the present time, I'm in such a fragile state, I just need to get from hour to hour, from day to day," she replied. "Well, I can get you through that. It's your call." "I have had my entire support network taken away from me by Peter." "No, you haven't. I'm still here." "Well, okay, but you're down there, and he has decided to go around all my friends and alienate them from me." "You need to do some navel-gazing. I need to open your eyes to that." "You'll have to be more specific." "Well, I can't be right now, as you're not susceptible to any comments which you may perceive as criticism," explained Robert. "Until you are, I'm not being mean, but until you are, I can't explain it any further. You're going to have to accept some painful truths, though, about your behaviour. You are not blameless. You need to face up to some things that you have done which are not good. You know what they are. You don't need me to tell you." "What are you talking about? I haven't done anything wrong. Why are you attacking me? You're just like them all. You always have to try and do me down." "No, I'm not." "Yes, you are. I'm sick of it. You, Peter, Mum, Dad, all of them. You won't let me live my life how I want to. There's no point in speaking any further." "Ashleigh," protested Robert. "No, just leave me alone. Don't call me again, ever." The recording stopped. "What do you think of that, then?" asked Ashleigh. Before Wynne could say anything, though, she continued. "He doesn't get it, does he? He doesn't realise that Peter has an obligation to pay. He has to support me and the kids, irrespective of who is at fault. That's what Paul advised." Wynne nodded. "I think it raises more questions than answers," Wynne commented. "How do you mean?" "Well, they clearly don't understand what you've been through, as you haven't said anything to them. Maybe you should." "I'm just trying to move on." "I understand that. To them, though, it appears that like you've had a lovely lifestyle, a supportive husband, 2 children, and then suddenly you have an affair and are getting divorced. They don't know what's behind it. That's why they think you're selfish. Are you agreeing with them?" "Hell no, I'm just trying to understand where they're coming from so I can help you." "You are. You're siding with them. Has my brother telephoned you?" "He said he was going to. What has he said?" "No, I haven't spoken to him." "You're turning against me. I knew this would happen. This is what they always do with anybody that I get close to." "Ashleigh, you are not listening to me." She jumped off the bed and pulled on a bathrobe. She ran to the door. "Ashleigh, what are you doing?" asked Wynne. She gave no answer, but flung the door open and ran through the doorway, slamming it closed behind her.